we're going to go to the program scheduler and see a little trick that might help you in the setting up of your programs. Alright, we're going to go to Friday. That's where we began all of our setting up of programs. And we're going to take the Morning Melodies program, which we've entered as a program from 6 a.m. to noon, a 6-hour program. But you'll notice down here there are no breaks in the program. So if you had, say, 3 breaks an hour times 6, that's 18 breaks you're going to have to enter in manually, even using the break item template, which speeds things up considerably. Still going to take a while. So if you prefer, you can change this to a 1-hour program from 6 to 7 and then copy it after you've put the breaks in, so that you have a schedule with the program 6 times running from 6 a.m. to noon. You don't have to do it that way, but that just thought you might be interested how you can speed things up. So what we're going to do, first of all, we'll edit the end time, and instead of it going from 6 a.m. to noon, now it's going to go to 7 a.m. and we'll click Save. And it says, do you want to move the breaks with the program? Now this is an important message later on, but right now we don't have any breaks, so we'll just say no. Okay, so we need to add some breaks, and we'll click on the Add Break down here, and we'll give it a name. Now, RadioWorks requires something in this field, so we'll give it a shorthand, MM for Morning Melodies, and 1. That's the first break. Now, we're actually going to have a break at the 6 o'clock hour, and it is going to run 2 minutes, which is the default end time, which of course can be changed. Now, we have a couple of templates from an earlier scheduling, and we're going to use the one that has an ID at the top of the hour. So we select that one, and we click OK. Now it's going to create that break with that information in it. And there it is. You see it is a break of 2 minutes in length, starts at 6, ends at 6:02. And it has a station ID, which is a program break item. You'll see it in this window over here. That means all it does is put station ID, just as you see it, on the log for a live board operator. The other thing is the spot avail, and that is a spot break item. You'll see it over on the right side here. And that starts at 10 seconds after 6 and goes to 6:02, which is 110 seconds. And we're going to allow up to 5 spots be put into that avail. So any combination of spots that total 110 seconds, or any number of spots that, well, if you have 5 spots regardless of their length, then this avail will be full. All right, we're going to close that now, and we'll go on to make another break. And we'll put in MM2, and we're going to start this one at 20 after, so 0620, and that's when it's going to end at 6:22, and this time we'll just use the 2-minute spot avail, don't need a station ID, and it cranks it along. It's creating that break for 52 weeks on this day. And there it is, 120 seconds worth of avails, and a total of 6 spots can go in there before it is sold out. And we're going to add one more. And suppose we left that break name blank just to show you what happens. 0640, that's going to be our third break, and we're going to pick the same 2-minute spot avail and click OK. Whoa, please enter a valid break name. All right, we'll put in M3, and that'll be the third break of the hour, and we click OK. And there is our third break, just like the second break, 120 seconds 6 avails running from 6:40 to 6:42. So we have created that as 1 hour, because it's just 6 to 7 over here, and it has these 3 spots or avails, breaks, in that program at that time. Now, what we are planning to do is to copy this hour so that we will have 6 hours from 6 a.m. to noon. So to do that, we click on Copy Program, and we choose just the morning melodies in this list. And then over here, we're just going to pick Saturday. That just happens to be the day after Friday. You could pick any day if you wanted to. And we're going to copy it there. And you say yes, and now it is copying the program. It is copying the program just as it is with its avails at those times to Saturday. So if we flip over to Saturday, let's see what have we here. And there it is. The Morning Melodies program is now on Saturday. But you may say, we don't run that show on Saturday. That's no problem. We're going to delete it when we're done using Saturday as our temporary location to copy the programs. So now we click this, and we can use the Mark All since that's the only thing here. Notice when I click Mark All, now it's got the little chevrons indicating Morning Melodies is selected. Now I'm going to copy it back to Friday. Here we go. And in just the same amount of time it took to copy it from Friday to Saturday, it's going from Saturday to Friday. Okay, and let's flip over to Friday and find out. Friday, and there we have it, 2 morning melodies on Friday. Now, we're going to make one of these, and it doesn't matter which. We're going to edit that to go from 7 to 8. That'll be our second hour. So I click Edit, and I put in 7 for the start time. Don't need to add the A. That'll be automatic because it's before noon. All right, now we have that second hour set when I click Save. Now you'll notice we're going to get a question. Save, do you want to move breaks with the program? Now if I said no, the program edit would not take because it can't move the program when the breaks are at 6 a.m. Can't move it to the 7 o'clock hour. So we have to say yes for it to do that. As soon as we do, give it permission, see what happens. All right, now we have a 6 o'clock hour and a 7 o'clock hour. The 7 o'clock hour has those very same breaks with the very same content at the times an hour later. We can open that up, and sure enough, there it is. Instead of 6:40 and 6:42, it's 7 and 7:42. All right, now suppose we did this. We copied the program. We've got 2 hours here, and we need to go with 4 more. Copy the program, and now I'm going to double click on Morning Melodies there, Morning Melodies there, and double click on Saturday, and I'll say copy. Now it's going to take twice as long because we're copying not just one program or 1 hour with 3 breaks, but 2 programs with 3 breaks, so that's why it's going to take twice as long. But it takes a lot less time than if you were to set up the whole 6 hours. All right, let's go check Saturday. And go down here. Wow, so now we have 3 programs. We don't care what times they are because those will be changed later. So here we go. We're going to copy. Remember, I can just do Mark All. And now, pick Friday, and copy we are. And now it's going to take 3 times as long. But we're going to end up with 3 programs on Friday. 3 more programs on Friday in addition to the 2. That means we've almost got the 6 hours done. And it's just about there. Takes 3 times as long. Okay, so Saturday has now copied all those programs to Friday. Let's go to Friday and just check to be sure. All right, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 of the 6 hours is taken care of. All right, let's go back to Saturday and let's copy one of those to Friday. And this will go a lot quicker, of course, since it's only one program. So we're going to end up with 6 hours of morning melodies on Friday. All right, let's go to Friday. Doesn't really matter what the date is, because these programs all have their own starting date. As you notice, I can click on each one. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so we've got that as a 6 o'clock program, and we've got down here, we got some 7 o'clock programs. Well, we don't need any more 7 o'clock, we do need an 8. So we click here, click Edit, and I'm going to change that from 0, 8, 0, 0, from 6 to 8. And now it's going to say it automatically added the 6 hours, because back on the program list we told it it was a 6-hour program. So it's adding that in there, but we can ignore that. So here we go from 8 to 9. And when we say save, it's going to say, you want to move the brakes? Yes, we do. All right, so now we got 6, 7, and 8. All right, let's take another 6 o'clock program and change that from 9 to 10. Now you could go back to the program list and change that to an 1 hour program to avoid having to change it here, but since we're here, we'll just do that and save it again. Yes, we'll move the brakes with the program. So now we have 1 6 o'clock, 3 7s, an 8, and a 9. So we'll take one of the 7s, and let's see, we could go back to the program list. You notice I clicked in the upper right corner of the program scheduler. It has a little program list button. So we click Find, and there's Morning Melodies. And we will edit that. And instead of 6 hours, we'll make that 1. And we'll save it. That's all the change we need. And we'll close that. And let's see if that makes a difference. Doesn't always work. All right, we're going to edit the time. Let's see, the next program we need is 10. Nope, it's still registering as 6 hours. So we will change that to 11. And save it. Want to move the brakes with the program? Yes, we do. Now we need only one more, so we'll take our extra 7 o'clock hour. We'll edit that to 11 a.m. And that did finally take, so it's now noon, and we can just save that. Don't need to edit the end time. Move the brakes, yes we are. And now we have, notice, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then the news at noon. In RadioWorks, you generally want to have a program end at the same time the new program begins, so there's no gaps in there, there's no gaps in your airtime, so you don't want any in your program scheduler.